elections. Cheshire and Amersham, North Shropshire, and then Tiverton and Honiton. And now the amazing Sarah, the new MP for Somerton and Frome. 11,000 majority! My friends, what we achieved here is nothing short of spectacular. And what's particularly exciting for me is to see the Liberal Democrats winning again in our old Liberal heartlands in the southwest. May last year, Somerset Council. Devon last year, Tiverton and Honiton, where we won that famous historic by-election. And this May, in Devon, 3 council victories. And now here in Somerset with our historic by-election victory. You know, the trend was clear. The trend was clear even before last night. But now it's certain. The Liberal Democrats are back in the West Country.
Celebrations as Somerton and Frome turns yellow following another West Country by-election victory at the expense of the Conservatives.
It's time for a general election to end this Conservative circus. It's time to get these clowns out of number 10. So, we're going to do that. What you've all been waiting for. So here we go. Soaping lights. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The Liberal Democrats have become renowned for their election gimmicks after a by-election win, and today proved no different, with a cannon of confetti covering supporters in Frome. Sir Ed Davey led the celebrations following Sarah Dyke's win, in which she overturned a 19,000 majority in the election, which came about after the suspension and then resignation of Tory MP David Warburton following claims of sexual misconduct. The Lib Dems are getting used to celebrating here in the southwest, and this election victory follows the Tiverton and Honiton by-election win in 2022 and the election gains in the locals in May.
I'm so excited that the Liberal Democrats are now doing so well in our old Liberal strongholds across the southwest. You know, whether it was the Somerset Council elections in May 2022, then of course Tiverton and Honiton in East Devon, where Richard Foord had that amazing victory, then this year's May elections where we did so well in Devon, winning 3 new councils, or now last night in Somerton Frome. It does feel there's a lot of evidence to show that the Liberal Democrats are back in the West Country and that we are the main challengers to the Conservatives.
Last year it was Show Boris the Door. What's the message that the people of Somerton and Frome have sent to Rishi and the Conservative government at the moment?
Well, as we did with our canon, time to get these clowns out of number 10. And you know what, that metaphor actually came from talking to people. They do feel that the Tories are like a political circus now, arguing with each other, messing around, not focusing on the issues and really trying to help people, which is what they want from the government. They just want the government to be on their side. They know governments can't do everything, but they want to see a government trying to help them, and these clowns of Conservatives haven't done that. So we were basically exemplifying what people are saying. Time to get these clowns out of number 10.
What next for the Liberal Democrats after the celebrations have died down?
Well, we're very focused on holding this appalling Conservative government to account, but there's one real interesting area. If Nadine Dorries eventually does resign in mid-Bedfordshire, that's a seat where the Liberal Democrats are the challengers to the Conservatives. And what's interesting, it's a rural area, rather like Somerton and Frome, and we're finding in many rural areas people feel let down by the Conservatives, in particular farmers, because of the awful trade deals the Tories have been doing, because of the shocking way they've treated farmers with the basic rural payment system. And also rural communities. They suffer the most from the lack of GPs and the lack of NHS dentists. So we're finding that these rural communities they absolutely won't vote Labour. I mean, people in Somerton Frome weren't going to vote Labour, people in Mid-Beds won't vote Labour, but they're turning to the Liberal Democrats to both say they want the Tories out, but also positively to back a party that's in tune with them.
Fine.
Thank you so much, everybody, for all the support that you've given me over the last 4 weeks. It has been the most amazing whirlwind of an experience. Through teamwork, through dedication, your commitment and your hard work, we now have an MP in Somerton and Frome for the Liberal Democrats, and I'm so delighted and I'm so chuffed and proud and humbled to have been part of that journey with you and to represent this amazing part of the world. So thank you all for everything.
Sarah will remain a Somerset County Council member as well as her duties as a Member of Parliament. And she says she's excited to showcase what a hard-working Lib Dem MP can achieve.
Well, the most important thing is to be representative of the community. That's what I've got to do. Clearly, people haven't had that representation in Parliament or in the constituency for well over a year now. And I've been out knocking on doors for much longer of this campaign. And people have been coming to me with so much casework. But of course, I haven't had the tools I need to get on with the job. But now I can. So I'm really going to start rolling my sleeves up and getting my hands dirty and doing what a hard-working MP should be doing.
Of course, by-elections, Liberal Democrats seem to have got that nailed on. How do you repeat this success at a general election for the Liberal Democrats, particularly with the boundary changes coming up? There's going to be this Somerton and Frome won't exist anymore. Be split into two.
That's right, yeah, there's going to be a big change at the next general election. But I think what's important is that people know what it's like to have a hard-working Liberal Democrat MP. We had David Heath in Somerton and Frome between 97 and 2015, and obviously the amazing Paddy Ashdown in our neighbouring constituency in Yeovil. So people know what it's like to have a hard-working champion, and I hope that is exactly what I'm going to prove to people. They've put their faith in me, and I will deliver, and I hope that I don't let them down.
And one person who knows what it's like to win a by-election is Richard Foord, who joined the celebrations in Frome this morning and had a word of advice for Sarah as she takes her place in the House of Commons.
I think the best piece of advice that I was given and that I would offer to Sarah is that all that listening that you've done on this by-election campaign over the last 5 weeks, you need to keep doing that every day of every week that you are their elected representative. I mean, there is that business of doing what your party whip tells you to do, or doing what your gut instinct tells you to do. Above all else, I would suggest she and I need to do what our constituents tell us to do, and it's that means that Liberal Democrats get re-elected because we're listening to our constituents.
This is all very well doing it in a by-election, but when it comes to the general election, just where do the Liberal Democrats take it to repeat these kind of wins in a general election, which is going to be upcoming in the next year or so?
Yeah. I mean, I suppose a couple of things to say on that one. I mean, first, we've got to grow the party in the West Country, and that's happening very naturally. I've had people coming forward and volunteering and asking how they can help and offering to come and deliver leaflets or donate to the Liberal Democrat campaigns. But the other thing is just to demonstrate the difference that a hard-working Liberal Democrat MP can make in terms of casework, in terms of surgeries, in terms of campaigns to get things moving in my instance, in my part of Devon. It's that which will make the difference, and it's that which will persuade people that staying with the Liberal Democrats at the general election next year is worth it.
While by-election victories can never guarantee success at the general election, the Lib Dems will be on a roll, and there won't be much time to enjoy a pint of Somerset's famous cider before the campaign trail ahead of the imminent general election begins. Lewis Clark, Somerset Live, Frome.